let's talk about chop and drop. So you can see here, I'm in my nursery and I cleared a little patch that nothing was growing. This used to be elderberries and hybrid willows. They were removed in the spring and just kind of sat fallow. I'm digging new holes now and I'm planting haskap's. And you can see here, this is I think this is a tundra. I'm digging a generous hole. I'm watering the bottom of the hole. I'm putting the plant in, I'm watering that because we're in a pretty severe drought here. And it's technically a severe drought now. And so I want these haskap's to have a nice transplanting, but that's not what I'm talking about now. What I'm talking about now is chop and drop. You've probably heard the term quite a bit. And it means what it says. You chop the plants down, you chop the plants up and you drop them on the ground, right? But what's actually happening, I'll show you. So here we go. Here we got some brambles, some wild raspberries, wild blackberries right next to cultivated raspberries. And you can see here, they're sticking into my little aisleway here. And so in the simplest form, chop and drop is to cut these down. And there's a bit of a method to this. Everyone's different, but basically the smaller your pieces, okay? The smaller you cut your pieces, the closer they get to the ground. As in, you can see how this kind of sits up like this. If I did this, and then you walked on this a couple times, it all lays flat to the ground. The closer to the ground this material is, the cooler it stays, the wetter it stays, the faster it decomposes. And you can see here, I've got old chop and drop clippings all over the place. They're close to the ground, they're gonna decompose faster. So the smaller the pieces, the closer to the ground, the faster they decompose, feeding the plant you remove them from. Now, some people can get way detailed and way into the weeds of trying to time to the exact day or week when's the best time to prune certain plants back. However, one of the primary objectives of this method is one, maintenance. You're trying to maintain pathways, maintain light to plants that need it. You're trying to curate the landscape a little bit. But one of the major components of it that most people don't talk about is that during the extreme growing season, pruning some of these plants stimulates them to grow faster or grow harder to replace that growth before winter. It's almost a bit of a hack where you can get a bit of a biomass boost by doing this, allowing you to actually capture more material. You'll have a plant that's just as healthy and also more fertilizer on the ground. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just chop and drop away, feed your plants, get healthier, bigger plants. It's pretty much it.